Hey Brooklyn, Paul McCord here. I'm going to be your teacher for the 2020 school year. I'm happy to have you on my roster. I'm sure you got lots of questions. What I have for you here is I have your website. Okay, and this is the way I do a lot of my communicating. Back before I became an EPIC teacher, I used to teach computers and web design and built some websites for different organizations and stuff. It was just kind of my hobby, and I kind of carried that over to my job here in EPIC. When you come in the school year, when you go to your site, here's where you're going to find some of your work, what you need to be working on, and have probably where you're supposed to be at on Monday, where you're supposed to be at on Friday. We can customize that and tailor it however you need it, okay, to understand what you need to do for the week. Okay. When you come in here, you're going to see core, you're going to see supplemental, you're going to see something called EPIC Essentials. Don't worry, my job is to kind of sort all that out and find you a happy spot and something that works for you. Okay. Core is where you're going to do a lot of your work. I have two here that I recommend, Odysseyware and Apex. I have some videos down here that you can look at. Me and wife have both taught with EPIC for 5 years. These are the two programs that I think work really well, the students do well in. This one, Odysseyware, is more, I'll say this is more college orientated. It has it does a little bit more writing after graded. Apex is not so much writing. Okay, it's still a very good program. This one's a little bit cheaper. If you want to utilize your learning fund for more offline stuff, you can go that way. Odysseyware is a little bit expensive, but not too expensive. I think they've actually cut the cost down. EPIC Essentials are something you might be working in. Okay, and this is a very, very good program for reading. This is a math program. This is a Freckle program. Like I said, not to worry, because we're going to kind of layer those in, and we're not going to overload it. Okay, supplementals are things. This is something that if you get stuck, I mean, this is how you work it out. Okay, Excel is very, very good. We have Study Island, which we might assign from time to time. I use this if we do a lot of offline stuff. We can use this to kind of show that you're learning. Vocabulary is something that's just super fun. It's a great way, and if you like it, if you like music, which I hear you do, Kelly, I hear you do, this might be a great option for you. It's just really cool, and we can kind of enrich your activities to that. Here's just some other things we can look at. Quizlet. I know I had a daughter. I have 3 kids, and all 3 of them were in EPIC. One of them graduated last year. She used Khan for her math. Okay, they have a lot of videos on there. And if you get stuck in your math, this might be something we can use to kind of get you back on path. Okay, we're going to do this year because of the uniqueness of everything that's going on in the world. We're going to do a lot of Zoom, which is good. Okay, it's going to let me use something called Epic Ed, and that's going to be awesome because that's going to be classes online that you can go to. It might not be me, it might be some other teacher, but you might be able to go and utilize that. That's still in, I think that's going to happen, so I just got to talk to my principal about that and get all that cleared up. We might be using it through a principal's team, but it'd be a little bit different, but it won't. Since it's all new to you, it'll be good. Here's my schedule. Okay, so if you ever have any questions about what we're doing, when we're doing it, here you can go to. I've learned that I just put one thing on my schedule. I mean, I just make one schedule. The reason I do that is because it got a little confusing when I had a student and a teacher wanted my personal one. So if you see something on here like a basketball game or something, you don't have to pay my storage, but you will. If you see a basketball game, you want to go to it, you can. Okay? There's no big. You don't have to. That would be my son's basketball game. Here's some teacher contact information, and the key to EPIC is that contact. As you understand that you got to reach out to me and help and seek help. If you get stuck on something, just give me a holler. I'm here. That's what I get paid for. I get really lonely if students don't reach out. Here's something that's kind of neat. If you need some school supplies, EPIC put together a bundle. If you have all this stuff, great. But if you need it, it's not bad. I mean, we've priced it out, and it's not. It's it's a good price. Okay. Here's your contact information. If you ever forget who you are or who your parents are, you can come here and look and see. Actually, you might need this parent portal information. They can check grades and some stuff like that. I will on the grade check, and I'll talk to your mom about this, or your folks about this. That gets a little tricky because that's in the past has been a little bit off. Our scale and pace can throw that off. But here's some other things like your EPIC and ID number. You might need that for purchase orders and just some different things. It's going to change. Some of the stuff should have been loaded out, like EE, math exemption. If you get an exemption in that, we'll know that through benchmarking. Okay. Now, while I mentioned benchmarking, that's something that we're going to be doing. That's going to pace where you're at. And this is a good thing. It's kind of a pain, and it's a tough test. We'll be taking that as soon as we can. But it sets you up in your curricula and some of those essentials and so forth. It's a little bit of a pain, but it's really, really good. What the information it gives. It tells me where you're at. Here's just some videos I threw up here, okay, that you can come take a look at. We are EPIC, but we're also in a very well-sense homeschool. So these are some I just put some videos up here, 7th grade videos. I put them up here. You can just take a look at them and see. About 95% of what is out there in the world is faith-based curriculum, and I'm okay with that. If you want to utilize that, if you want to go secular, it's really, that's you and your parents' decisions. You guys are in charge of your education. You can drive it however you want. Here's some videos right here, and you're going to need to watch these. I wouldn't mind you watching these before our ILP, because that's just going to help us out, and we won't have to watch them because I've seen them a lot. That's okay. Here's the syllabus. I'm going to be changing this up. Okay, well, it's supposed to be coming because we went through our training last week before last, I think, and that's when we found out how we're going to do things this year. And they bought so many programs that things have really changed. So I'm going to be going through and changing this up. This is one from last year, but as we get closer to school, I'll solidify it. And it's kind of expectations, and a lot of it in here is good, but some of that might have changed as far as grading and so forth. Here's just a group that I was told you're athletic, so hey, this might be something you're interested in. My kids play it. It's a group out of Tahlequah. I know you're in Locust Grove. That's a little far away, but we've had some players come from as far as Locust Grove. So it's just something that's, I really, really like it. We play basketball, and there's Coach Don. He's an amazing man. We win. We win a lot, and we have teams of all ages, and it's something you can look at. Now, back to everything. I'm excited to have you. I'm going to get together with you, and we'll do something called an ILP. That'll be in the Zoom, probably. Okay. If you're comfortable meeting, I'm not opposed to it. I've gotten most of them done, so if you want to meet in person, I'm fine. And it might even be good to do that, and then we can knock out your benchmarks at the same time. Okay. But if you want to do it Zoom, I'm fine with that too. Okay. Zoom is easier because you just go on and you just meet with me and we go. Okay. Like I said, we got Zoom benchmarks. School starts the 8th. It's going to be good. Okay. I'm excited. We will talk to you later. Have a good time. Bye.